All right, W7 listeners, we are back here at day 2 of the 2021 Showtime Sports Midwest Fast Pitch Showcase. Coming off of day 1, these players got to compete in games, instructional camps, and here on this field, they got their skills and performance evaluated and tests done. They got to showcase their overhand throwing velocities in both the infield and outfield, and also got their dash times recorded. Another undoubtedly remarkable part of the night was the home run derby, in which Verona's Hillary Blomberg was your 2021 Derby champion. Here to fulfill the rest of the showcase, we will have these players get their hitting and bat speeds on this field with a variety of new technologies, and they will also be competing in games for the rest of the event. So before I leave it to these girls to take it away, we have one last question for you. What is W7 for?
For the girls!
Thank you guys. Stay tuned for another great day here at this showcase.
W7's got it right. Covering girls' high school sports all the time. 100% free, 100% live. W7 for the girls all day and night. W7 Productions. From golf, volleyball, his girls sports in Wisconsin. W7 Productions. Basketball, softball, W7 for the girls.
If you don't know W7, you don't know Germantown girls basketball.
I'm Emily Wisner.
And I'm Natalie McNeil. And W7 is for the girls.
Now, if Ramsey gets 3, out comes the ridiculous call.
There she is, Gary. Ramsey McGrew for 3.
So we got 1. We need 2 more. She's a fan favorite here, McGrew. She's one of my favorites, and she knows that. asking, and the foul. That's the way to start, Kate.
Yeah, good take to the bucket there.
Here's two. McGrew for two. 2 threes for Ramsey.
McGrew for
Hartford. Ramsey McGrew is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
It's game time.
Meyer at the buzzer. Got it! She got it! A three-pointer at the buzzer! Hoytink, 4 seconds off the glass. Mallory Hoytink with the winner. That's the ball game.
You know, I get that question a lot, actually.
Everything W7 does, we do for who?
For the girls.
For the girls.
For the girls. For the girls. For the girls. For the girls.
Ooh, I was worried.
You went
don't know W7, you don't know Germantown girls basketball.
I'm Emily Wisner.
And I'm Natalie McNeil. And W7 is for the girls.
It's game time!
Thank you, Gary. I am here with our first player interview of day 2. This is Sylvia, a Minnesota native. Now, I have to ask, we have heard some crazy nicknames all weekend, especially at that home run derby last night. We had lots of hype squads cheering out a bunch of different nicknames. Is there anything that your teammates or friends, family call you back at home?
Slick. They call me Slick, and it's just from when I was young. It just came about, and I don't know why, but everyone else has been calling me it, and it's kind of funny because now like a lot of people not even from my team know who I am just by that nickname.
All right, you heard it here first. She's not just Sylvia, she's Slick. Back to you, Gary.
Now, if Ramsey gets 3, out comes the ridiculous call.
There she is, Gary. Ramsey McGrew for 3.
So we got 1. We need 2 more. She's a fan favorite here, McGrew. She's one of my favorites, and she knows that. Husking and the foul. That's the way to start, Kate.
Yeah, good take to the bucket there.
Here's 2. McGrew for 2. 2 threes for Ramsey.
McGrew for
Hartford. Ramsey McGrew. is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Hi, yes, I'm here with Madison. So, Madison, you had a great day yesterday, put up some awesome numbers. Now, she's not just a softball player, folks. She also is a double threat in both basketball and softball. Now, how do you think that helps you be such a versatile athlete, being able to compete so highly in both sports?
Well, both sports are like completely different, and basketball just like helps me stay conditioned really well for softball. Like, I'm in the weight room for both basketball and softball, so it's just, yeah, it helps me a lot, like, playing both sports and just having, like, you know, different, yeah.
That's awesome. So be on the lookout for Madison Knoll in both Oak Creek basketball and softball this upcoming season. Thank you, Gary.
If you don't know W7, you don't know Notre Dame girls basketball. I'm Sylvia Pitchka. And I'm Charlie Apple. And W7 is for the girls.
Gonna soak up the sun.
Did you know that this is a replica of the old Bucks floor in the Mecca Arena?
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us more. WizKid. WizKid. Why is
Okay,
kid?
guys, so this floor was in the Mecca building, and then it was sold, and some guy from
Hey, we're back live, and time to go back to Sarah Dasif, who's with Jenna Redders from Middleton.
Hi, I'm here with Jenna. Now, again, all these softball players have so much going on in their lives outside of softball. Jenna here is actually a lifeguard. So, a crazy job, takes a ton of strength to be a lifeguard. I have to ask, what has been the most dangerous situation you have been in as a lifeguard?
Well, the other day I was sitting in the chair and this girl was trying to do a backflip off of the diving board, and she didn't twist off far enough, so she hit her head right on the board. And so I had to like jump in and save her, bring her to the side. It was a really scary experience, but she lived, everything was fine, so yeah.
A job that requires both mental and physical strength. Well, that's awesome to hear, and keep up the great work both on and off the field. Thank you, Jenna. Back to you, Gary.
Well, I think they got the tech figured out, so we're going to go into batting practice, and we'll come back in a couple minutes with our last interview from the green team. There's lots of cool about her. Yeah. Tell us what it is. Yes, of course there is. Do you have any pets? Do you have any pets? Pets. Okay, give me your favorite dogs. What's your dog's name, and we'll give you a story about your dog. Emily in the cage right now. Smoking it. we put a post out on social media the other day because Emma wasn't following us on Twitter, and I said, how happy we would be if we get a follow from Emma Lee. And I think, within 10 minutes she was following us. So, we try to make it fun for the kids and do different things like that. So that's Emma. We're going to go back to Sarah. She is with another special guest, so let me bring her up here. And also, while we're doing that, going to be in the cage now is going to be number 12. This is Taylor Stinnett. So Taylor Stinnett, center fielder from H.D. Jacobs, Illinois. And while you watch that, take a listen to this. Here is Sarah with a special guest. Sarah, take it away.
Hi, I'm here with special guest Mary. And here we are going to talk about having best friends at home. She has a companion, a dog. What is your dog's name?
My dog's name is Izzy.
Izzy, what a cute name. What is one of the best memories you've had with your dog?
Honestly, she doesn't like me very much. She just likes my sister a lot. So I'd say probably just taking her to the lakes and stuff because, yeah, she just likes my sisters.
Lots of lakes in Minnesota, right?
Yeah, lots of them.
Awesome. Well, you heard it here first. This has been Mary. Back to you, Gary.
Thank you, ladies. See, I mean, you don't just get. There's more to this stuff than just batting practice, and how many fly balls did you hit, and how many line drives. I mean, hey, that stuff's important. I get it, but there's a lot more going on here with these kids than that. They're a lot more than bodies playing softball. These are real kids, and I'll tell you what, any coach is watching, I mean, this is gold for you guys because it gives you a chance to meet the kid. Because I think I've talked to a lot of coaches, and it's more than just the metrics and the numbers. It's also the it's the personality. Does this kid fit with our program and what we're trying to do? Is this the right kid for us? And again, I get you're not going to necessarily know that on a 45-second soundbite, but you're going to be further along than you were before rather than just looking at a spreadsheet. So that's kind of why we do it. And also we do it to give the kids opportunities to, be in a professional setting and speak, in a professional setting about themselves, because if they're going to go play at the next level, they should know how to do that. Because for most of you coaches, I mean, you guys do social media, you guys do, clips of interviews and stuff with the kids. So we're just getting them ready for you. Here's Morgan Larson from Sauk Prairie, Wisconsin, Badger Conference kid. Class of 2024. The Red Sox are all the 2024 kids. The Black Sox are the 2023. The White Sox are the 2022. And what are the 2025, Sarah? Are they yellow?
No, those are the 2026.
The 2026 is only two of them, and they're like a lime green yellow. It's crazy. I don't know what the 25s are. We'll figure. Oh, the 25s are royal blue.
Yes.
Sarah, can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can.
Oh, there you are. Okay, so this is Morgan Larson. And again, when Quinn Hines gets here, I mean, whenever he rolls in, I mean, Mr. Talent Diva, I show up an hour late and, hey, Quinn, I didn't have breakfast sent to your room. I hope that's okay. Whenever he gets here, we'll talk more about the nuts and bolts of it. But, that's really not my thing. I'd rather just talk about the kids. And speaking of kids, here's a buddy of ours. Here's Morgan Brummer. Nope, that's not Morgan. That's our other buddy, Megan McGinnis from Kimberly. I'll tell you what, we've got a lot of followers on social media. There's very few that are as loyal and as supportive as Megan McGinnis. In fact, I went and talked to her after the session yesterday and said, Megan, you have been so supportive of us and what we do, and I just want you to know how much we appreciate it. It really means a lot to us that we have the kids buy in, and she was she's just a great kid, and she was really happy to help support what we're doing. And Sarah, I think that makes a big difference when you get that kind of support from the kids.
Oh yeah.
All right, that was Megan McGinnis, and coming up next is going to be, we're going to keep you in suspense, Peyton Berg from Chetfield, Minnesota, third base, class of 2022, so a senior this year, Peyton. Ooh, that's a good one. So that's as technical as I'm going to get. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, wow, that was awesome. So if you're looking for more than that, you probably want to move on because I'm not going to be that guy. But when Quinn gets here, he'll talk about bat velocity, speed, and flux capacitors, whatever else goes with going into the mechanics of swinging a bat and getting the right speed off the bat. Which, hey, again, I'm always anxious to learn more. Boy, that's a good shot. I'm always anxious to learn more, but that's really his kind of wheelhouse. So, like I said, whenever he feels like showing up, we'll get him on. But I assume he's waiting for his breakfast in bed or something before he gets started. I wish you'd have told me that ahead of time, Sarah. I would have had that ready for him. Now here's Aiden Messman. Aiden from Jefferson, Wisconsin. We're going to go see Jefferson next year. Unfortunately, Aiden will be a senior this coming year, so we're going to go see Aiden next year. And the Jefferson kids, I'll tell you what, they had a great season this year. Got to the state semifinals. They were undefeated going into that game, 26-0. Played hard, but just came up a bit short in the state semifinals. But they're back next year. I think they're going to be really good again. And with kids like Aiden Messman here, how can they not be, right? So. Look forward to that next season. Here's another shot of Aiden. We got several camera shots here. This is a little picture-in-picture here. It's okay. It's a little confusing because it's kind of coming from both sides. But I guess if you're a coach, I mean, you like to see that. If you're like me, average Joe Schmo spectator, you can't necessarily wrap your mind around it. Like, okay, is she left-handed, right-handed? What's going on here? I mean, I have a hard enough time to putting the right shoes on in the morning, left to right. So I just do the L for left, and I know that's the left. Do you know that trick?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Back when I was a kid, we didn't have that trick. We just said, if you don't know it, you're stupid. So, but they don't say that anymore, which is good because that was uncool to say that. I thought. I think I deserved better than that. Here is number 9. That is going to be. There's Morgan Brummer. Morgan from Mount Orab, Wisconsin. Another Badger kid. 2022. Boy, she is raking, man. We may see if we get Sarah geared up with this gear that they're using to explain it to us, to you guys. All this technology they're doing. It's more than just batting practice. I mean, they're measuring about 100 different variables here and recording it all and putting it up to the kids' profiles on the website. So again, I mean, it's a lot more than just balls and strikes and, hitting the ball. Here's Ashley Genrich from McWanago, 2022 kid. McWanago is one team we haven't seen yet in softball. I don't know exactly why we haven't, but we should go see them next year, I think. Andy Trudell, athletic director, he's a great friend of ours. I mean, we love McWanago. If you were watching last night for the home run derby with the Pease kids, with Marissa Pease, I mean, I told him, I said, if my last name was Pease, I would love my last name to be Pease, because then I would just always say when I'm leaving, peace out.
Oh, that's good.
Right?
That's good.
They had never heard of that.
Yeah.
So that was blew their mind. I'm like, I said, how are you not using that all the time? That
really
should be like your
good.
calling card.
Yeah.
Peace out, right? Every time you leave a room, say it. It's like a mic drop every time.
Yeah.
But it's great because it's your last name. It's not peace out. Peace out. Everybody does that. But peace out, I mean, that's
good.
I kind of thought about doing the copyright on it for peace out, and then they have to pay me every time they use it. It's like a royalty fee. But you know what? I'm just going to let them have it. Hey, quick break. You're watching
W7's got it right. Covering girls' high school sports all the time. 100% free, 100% live. W7 for the girls all day and night. W7 Productions. From golf, volleyball, his girls' sports in Wisconsin. W7 Productions.
Now, if Ramsey gets 3, out comes the ridiculous call.
There she is, Gary. Ramsey McGrew for 3.
So we got 1. We need 2 more. She's a fan favorite here, McGrew. She's one of my favorites, and she knows that. Husking and the foul. That's the way to start, Kate.
Yeah, good take to the bucket there.
Here's 2. McGrew for 2. 2 threes for Ramsey.
McGrew for
Hartford. 3. Ramsey McGrew is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
W7 back live, and you know what that means. It's time for a special guest with Sarah Nassif. Sarah, who do you got over there? Okay, take 2. Let's try it again. Here is Sarah with McKenna Young.
Hi, yes, I'm here with McKenna out of Broadhead, Wisconsin, and so I'm hearing that Broadhead is a pretty small town. She's got 70 kids in her grade and about 400 in her entire school. I go to Germantown, so that's about 400 kids is about my grade. So how does it feel to be at an event like this and representing your town and just performing and coming out here and doing so well for your town?
It's really cool. You know, I'm trying to put Broadhead on the map. You know, we've been working there slowly with our sports. Our volleyball team's really good. You know, we've been trying to get our name out there and people to know us.
Well, you're definitely doing that here, so keep up the great work this weekend and keep on the look for McKenna. Thank you.
Caitlin Maitenauer, number 4. So Caitlin is one of our biggest all-time social media followers and supporters.
If you don't know W7, then you don't know West Bend East Girls Athletics. Rise up, sons!
We're back live, and I guess the talent has showed up. It's, let's see, 8:30. Coach Hines is here. Coach, I apologize for not having Sunday breakfast to your room. You know, this morning you probably threw off your whole schedule. So, Coach, you know, it's 8:30. I mean, you know, I apologize for not Sunday, breakfast to your room this morning. I probably threw your whole schedule off. Quinn Hines joining us. I mean, Coach, what happened this morning?
You know, there's just a lot of people lined up. You got to mingle on the way in. People looking for, to chat. And after last night. So, I'm trying to get autographs from all these kids. I'm trying to.
Oh, I thought you were giving autographs.
Oh, no. Nobody wants my autograph. I know my role here. After Sarah, I watched Sarah last night, and I went back and watched some of the replay, and she was taking over this camera work. So my role here now is the same as it is when I'm coaching my teams. It's just try to not ruin things and stay out of the way and let the kids shine.
Hey, quick break. We're going to come back. We'll leave the camera on here. This is. Better make sure I mention her name. This is Emily Jones from Wayne, Iowa, third base, first base. So here is Emily Jones. Take Here's Madison Knoll from Oak Creek. Saw her do the interview earlier. Oh, good hit. So, Coach, I got to tell you, I've been warning our viewers. All I'm going to say is, oh, good hits, and wow, that's far, and wow, you really hit it. There's more to it than that, I'm sure. And I thought maybe you could fill in kind of the X's and O's, and I'll just ooh and ah over the kids. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Madison just hit one out, by the way.
Yeah, she's got a really good lower half, and she's just staying behind the ball. And this is a lot different than when they were running yesterday, and they were just hitting it anywhere they wanted to. Now they're actually sitting in there and focused on their swings. But after watching all these kids hitting the home run derby last night,
was that something or what? I mean,
incredible.
That was insane.
I woke up with a sore neck today. I didn't know if it was from my pillow or if it was from watching Hillary hit home run after home run.
I loved your tweet last night. I'm pretty sure some of those home runs made their way back to Verona last night.
I mean, if anybody wants any free softballs, this little marsh behind the field here has probably got littered with 100 of them.
And if you go get one, if you go get one of those softballs and bring it up here, I will make sure we have Hillary sign it for you. So you go find it, bring it to us, and I'll get Hillary to sign it for you. Here is Morgan Verts, first base from Pulaski. What do we know about Morgan here, Coach?
She's got a nice swing. We like to see her use her lower half a little more here, but she's short to the ball, which is really nice. Gotta catch her breath here. Just get a little focus. But I like watching kids that go opposite field, right center. I mean, if you can hit the ball right center with some power, that just tells me you're a good hitter. You stay on the ball, you hit a ball where it's pitched. It's harder to get kids out that are willing to hit the ball all over the field. If you just hit in one spot, we can figure out how to pitch you. But when you can hit with power anywhere, those are the kids that are really good hitters.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I'm going to just do a couple quick things here.
I'm trying to hear. I'm not really hearing the metrics that they're giving out, but we'll try to get some of that if we can.
Is this still Morgan? No. This is Sylvia Schromoff from Shakopee, Minnesota, 2024. We're gonna leave this up, and we're gonna break to Sarah here, who's got. I'm telling you guys, one of our all-time supporters from a social media standpoint, and just a really really good kid. So we're gonna bring Sarah in to talk with our buddy Megan McGinnis from Kimberly. Sarah, take it away. Sarah, hang on. You got to restart. I had you on mute. You got to restart it. Okay, I've totally messed up the flow here. Let's try it again. Sarah with Megan McGinnis. Go ahead, Sarah.
Back here with Megan. And first of all, this is a W7 favorite. We want to thank you for your longtime support and all the dedication you have to following our production program and just the support you continue to give us. So, fun fact about Megan, her dad is actually an athletic director. So, tell me, how does that affect your everyday life and involvement in sports?
Well, it really just pushes me because obviously everyone expects the athletic director's kid to be the hard worker, and that is true. But I'm also glad that my dad, he's very supportive of anything I do, and that he's not always it's not always him behind the work. It's I have to want it myself, and he's always willing to have my back and basically get in the cage with me or throw me some BP. So it's really great.
Your hard work is definitely showing out and paying off as you're performing very well at this showcase. So keep it up and stay tuned to see more of Megan this weekend. Back to you, Gary.
Megan McGinnis, our buddy from Kimberly High School. Big shout out to Ryan McGinnis. He's a great friend of W7. I first talked to Coach to Mr. McGinnis probably 4 years ago when we first started Quinn, and said, "Hey, this is what we want to do. We want to come to your school. We want to put a bunch of cameras around your gym, and focus it on your kids, and really kind of show people the kind of the Kimberly way." And I said, "Would that be okay?" And I got an email back in about 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Saying we'd love to have you. What can we do? What do you need from me? I mean, he's one of those guys that's really, he's the athletic director. Yes, he's the big cheese from athletic standpoint. You'd never know it though. I mean, he's so humble, and he'll do anything to help the kids. He goes above and beyond, and he's probably cringing with all this gushing I'm doing about him, but he's a really good guy and a great supporter of girls athletics.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, and just in general, the athletic program at Kimberly is just outstanding.
It's second to none.
It's the envy of everyone in the state. I mean, they're competitive in everything that they do. They just bring kids in and send them out, and they go on to have success. So it's a tremendous credit to what they've done up there and the hard work that the kids put in, but it's the leadership that's shown. Which is kind of how that's built in the first place.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And again, I mean, we love Kimberly. I mean, girls basketball, volleyball, softball. I mean, here's the great thing about Kimberly. I mean, you said it. I mean, they're the gold standard as far as athletic programs. But I mean, their fans are so passionate about Kimberly athletics. I mean, they live and breathe, Kimberly athletics. So when we do Kimberly games, our ratings go through the roof. Because I swear the entire community watches those games. I mean, the numbers are ridiculous when we do a Kimberly game.
Yeah, and Megan's a very good. I mean, I think she's going to be a sophomore, correct?
Yes.
So, and she hit that walk-off home run against Hortonville in like the 13th or 14th inning
yes.
early in the year. But you're going to see a kid later today who's not even going to be in high school yet that's going to Kimberly.
Going into 8th grade.
Going into 8th grade, and she's out here just dominating in this showcase. And then at the home run derby, her brother was out there putting on a show behind the fence, and nobody could see it. I was trying to get him on camera, the catches he was making out and then behind the field.
He was making some great grabs out there, wasn't he?
It was great, and I don't know how he got such good positioning all the time. He's probably got 100 of those softballs from yesterday.
What are we seeing here from Jenna Redder's coach?
Oh, Jenna had a nice swing, a nice short stroke to the ball. She's hitting everything up the middle, which means she's staying on top of it. So I was hoping. Are they just going one round, or are they going to get second round?
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can get some of these metrics over here.
That's not in my pay grade.
But they're going pretty quick through, so I think they're just trying to cycle the kids in and out real quick. So if we get some of those numbers, it's probably not going to be super great information, but we can kind of maybe go through them maybe after the break and kind of talk a little bit about what they're looking at and what their numbers are they're trying to get. They are using, I want to get the name of the technology right. Let's see if I got it right here.
While you do that, this is Leah Simon from Divine Savior. And I've seen Leah play a lot of games this past year. We did a lot of DSHA games this past season, and I think we talked about it yesterday, Coach. I mean, just she makes it look really easy. It's not. I mean, what she does is not easy, but it looks so effortless for her, and she's just so smooth in how she moves in the outfield and just covers the amount of ground that she does.
Even right here, watching her swing, it's just really smooth. Everything's easy. There's not a lot into it. It's simple and it's quick, and it just makes it. It's very easy to continue to be consistent when everything you do is smooth and easy, and it doesn't take a lot of extra into her swing. And she made it look really easy in the field yesterday, and she just made it look really easy at the plate right there.
Hey, time for another interview with Sarah Nassif. Going to talk to Peyton Berg. Here we go. Go ahead, Sarah.
Hi, I'm here with Peyton, and another fun fact about Peyton is that we have another multi-sport athlete on our hands. Now, she also plays basketball, as did Madison, but we also have a volleyball player on our hands. So playing three sports, you're playing all year round, right? So what is one of the biggest takeaways you have from playing all these different sports all times of the year?
I don't get to focus on softball as much as I should, but it's like being a multi-sport athlete helps me with versatility and moving side to side and vertical movements, but it just sucks that I don't get to work on softball as much as I could work on it.
Do you get breaks throughout the year? I know it's probably go, go, go.
I do not.
You do not?
No, I just play. I love sports, so.
Give you a lot of credit for that. Well, keep up the great work and keep showing out this weekend. Back to you, Gary.
Sarah Nassif with Peyton Berg from Chatfield, Minnesota.
So that was Sierra Thomas that just finished up hitting, and this is going to be Morgan Harwood, Nina kid that's just jumping in right now. So basically, we are using blast motion for the batting practice, and what they're getting they're getting time to contact, bat speed, hand speed, rotation, acceleration, and their on-plane efficiency. So they're really
What
just,
does all that mean, by the way? Just curious.
I mean, when you're just watching kids hit, you're not noticing any of that, and that information is not going to mean anything to you. But when you're trying to evaluate between 7 kids who look the same or hit the ball the same, that's kind of when the metrics come into play, and you can see like who's got a little bit better bat speed, who hits the ball harder consistently, how quickly do they get from the bat to the ball. And
Coach, I'm going to interrupt you for just a second. Go back to Sarah because she's going to let this last group go. So Sarah's got our last guest for this team. So Sarah, take it away. Sarah, you're on.
All right, here with our next athlete. Now, a fun fact about this one is that she snowboards. So she was just telling me and some of the other girls about how snowboarding is like a batting stance. Do you want to take it away and tell us what you were thinking with that?
Well, so you squat down like you would kind of like normally do, and you use a lot of your legs to power your control there. And, you use your back foot to decide where you're going, just like you use it a lot for powering your stance. So, yep.
Sounds like you know a lot about snowboarding. How long you been doing it?
About 6 years now.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, keep up the great work this weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing more of you. Back to you.
Good.
Are we off right now? I want to get
W7's got it right, covering girls' high school sports all the time. 100% free, 100% live. W7 for the girls all day and night. W7 Productions, from golf, volleyball, his girls' sports in Wisconsin. W7 Productions, basketball, softball, W7 for the girls.
Caitlin Maitenauer, number 4. So Caitlin is one of our biggest all-time social media followers and supporters.
If you don't know W7, then you don't know West Bend East Girls Athletics. Rise up, sons!
If you don't know W7, you don't know Notre Dame girls basketball. I'm Sylvia Pitchka. And I'm Charlie Apple. And W7 is for girls.
Gonna soak up the
Hey, W7, that finishes our first group. We're going to break the stream. We'll come back live at 9 o'clock with our next group. You have been watching W7 from Infinity Fields in Waukesha for the Showtime Sports